Good morning. It is day 25, Saturday, March 21st. I'm about 231 miles in and leaving the Cosby shelter. I'm heading out for a 17-mile day, and it's about 9:10, so it's going to be a late one, probably. The destination today is the Groundhog Gap Shelter. Today's milestone is finishing the Smokies at I-40, and then pushing on to that shelter. The shelter last night, let me switch the camera around. You can look at the trail while I talk. This Cosby Knob shelter is probably one of the nicest ones yet, in the sense that it's very close to the AT. The spring was right beside the shelter. The privy was pretty short walk in the other direction. The shelter probably slept 12 people, and I should take a video of the inside of one of these shelters. I don't think I have, but it's basically two levels. The top level is only about 4 feet above the bottom, and there's a little ladder that'll get you up to that level. But the ceiling height for the lower level is is plenty adequate for you to sit up. Some of them haven't been quite low, like you have to be very careful about sitting up in your sleeping bag. But this one had plenty of room in that respect. Just a very comfortable shelter. It was warm last night. We didn't have a fire, and probably had 10 people in there. A really good, fun crowd. I really enjoyed it. I did not sleep all that well, primarily because I had to get up twice to pee, and when I got up both times, both my quads cramped as I was getting out of my quilt. So it's a clear sign I wasn't drinking enough yesterday. So I think that's going to be a theme now as the weather warms. I need to drink a lot more, and I don't even know if that's going to stop it, but we're going to try. I'm going to try to get through almost 2 liters by noon today and see what happens. The nice thing about drinking a lot during the day while I'm walking is, well, if you gotta pee, you gotta pee. It's not a big deal. Unlike being in a shelter and you gotta crawl out and try not to wake people up and all that. It's a real hassle. There's a little spring coming down. So that's today's assignment. It's I don't think it got below the low 50s last night. So it's a little cloudy, but said it's a slight chance of a shower today. Someone said it was gonna get into the 70s. I don't know. I haven't looked at my weather report yet, but kind of hoping it doesn't. I like the 60s. I like to stay just a little cool so I don't sweat so much. There's plenty of time for that ahead. But I'm back in my usual shorts and sun hoodie, with no layer under it, and my cap, baseball cap, and that's it. So this is like perfect weather for me hiking. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day whenever you're watching this. It's probably not Saturday, but anyway, hope you have a good Saturday anyway. Thanks for watching. I'll check in a little later. Okay, so we're at the junction of the AT and the Mount Camerer Trail, and far out says that the views are outstanding. It's cloudy a little bit up here, but down the valley it looks clear. It's a little over half a mile, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's my better judgment on a 17+ mile day. This is probably not what I should be doing in the interest of time, especially, but what the hell. Apparently the fire tower is quite spectacular, and they rebuilt it in the 90s. And it looks to be enclosed, and I won't get the heebie-jeebies like I do on the ones that aren't. So let's just see what it's like. I'll show you the trail as I walk up the final pitch of Mount Camerer. That's a big, I don't know what these rocks are. Some type of nice granodiorite, but kind of big domes, all cracked up. Kind of reminds me of Blood Mountain back in Georgia, which is interesting because it's just about the same elevation. We're actually not even above 5,000 feet. It's kind of interesting that this is kind of the same vegetation you'll see up higher. Maybe it's because we're a little bit further north. I don't know. Boy, this is a dumb hanger. I mean, a humdinger. Let's widen it out a bit. There's folks up here. Maybe some of my friends. I was wondering who was the other dummy that was going to come up here.
Yeah, I was thinking about blue blazing to the other end of the trail, but I couldn't find the lower trail up there at all.
Oh, is there one?
It seemed on the map there might be another way to connect to the AT by just pushing forward, but I couldn't find it. It's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Hopefully the sun will come out for you. It's beautiful up there.
All right. Great. Thanks. Thank you. Well, with that report from my good friend Fraggle, I feel vindicated on coming up here.
Off jump and skip or something like that.
Hello.
Hello, Nessa. Here you go. Thank you, my brother.
You need to smile.
I'm on camera?
You're going to be on.
Yeah, I'm famous, mama.
You're going to be on YouTube in about a week.
Enjoy.
Oh.
Thanks, sir. Nice shoes.
Thank you.
Are you doing YouTube or are you
YouTube.
doing
Dish rag hikes.
I'm sorry?
Dish rag hikes.
Dish rag hikes.
Dish rag, yeah.
Roger that.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Follow Dish Rag. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Like. Thank you. See, I told you guys about 120 miles ago, hiking makes you happy, even when you're ankle deep in this slop. So much for these clean, dry socks I put on this morning. Well, my feet aren't wet yet. Woo. There we go. It'll come out in the wash. All right. Let's see if I can get up to this while filming. There we go. Up, up. switch off here first. Oh, there it is. All right. I wonder where the fire tower was. There it is. Let's see it. Yay. Yay. Well, it ain't Mount Everest, but it'll do. Let's see what the sign says. Mount Kemmerer Lookout. Named for Arno B. Kemmerer. He was one of the creators of the park, and he was directed the Park Service, National Park Service, from 1933 to 1940. Thank you, Mr. Kemmerer. All right. I think I'm gonna have to switch off to get up that. You can see that little step. All right. So this fire tower is enclosed, and it's kind of an octagonal, and it's got a 365-degree view. So we're gonna walk around and not get too threatened by those clouds up there. This is just beautiful. I think that right there is I-40. See it going off there on its way to Knoxville. Get around you here.
Were you saying that that's I-40 down there?
I think so. Okay, made it safely down Mount Kemmerer. A little diversion took probably 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, but it was worth it. Chatted with some nice guys from Knoxville. My buddy Flat Tire came up and got a snack in. More water, electrolytes, so in pretty good shape as long as it doesn't rain. And if it does, well, you know, you should have stayed home. All right, so I'll check in when we get to Davenport Gap. That's like 5.5 miles. Thanks for watching. Nice little stone wall. Keep you from toppling over to the abyss. This section coming down the Davenport Gap is some nice smooth trail. Occasional route here and there, but really moving well down through here. However, I can feel my quads just a little achy, and I know what that means. It means there's even more cramping in store tonight. Been trying to drink as much as I can. I'm almost got a liter down now. Peeing like crazy. I think I've peed 3 times since I started hiking, not including when I woke up. So things are processing well, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just walking too much. Oh well. Let me show you what the trail looks like. Coming into a little gap here. I think we gotta basically either climb up to that little knob there or skirt it, but we got a little bit of a climb before we plunge down again. Okay.
Oh yeah, at the counter. The mint chocolate one's pretty good. Yeah, I think I've had quite a few of those. I think I have the cherry one.
It's pretty neat. If you look down there, you can see the Davenport Gap Shelter. I don't think we're going to be going by it. There's probably a trail that leads to it. So this is a bit of a milestone at the northern boundary of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and leaving it, and this is where you're supposed to deposit your through hiker permit when you exit the park. So it took me longer than I expected due to the weather, but it's done. And on we go. Time to get some water. Drink some water. It is getting hot. Delightful little section of trail. Stuff is blooming. Water is flowing. All is right with the world. We got about a mile before we cross Interstate 40. And then I'm sure a nice, tasty climb out of there. About 6 or 7 miles to tonight's destination, Groundhog Creek Shelter. And it is getting warm. We're at less than 2,000 feet now. So, haven't been this low in quite some time. So I made it to I-40, getting ready to cross the Pigeon River Bridge. Pretty popular whitewater kayaking spot, I think. On the other side, they got a place where you can launch your boat. Yeah, here we go. Nice parking. Nice little eddy there to get situated before you head out in the rapids. Pretty neat. So we go across and to the right, I think, and I think we walk under I-40 and then up the other side. All right, onward. This was one of the other spots I thought maybe Bob would pick me up, but the weather had other ideas, and thank God he was available and willing. Thank you, Bob. I wonder if I could call him right now and bail out again, but you never know that we were walking through snow yesterday. It's amazing. Mess with the East Coast weather, or any weather for that matter. All right, coming up to the staircase I was telling you about that's been rebuilt in the past year by the Carolina Mountain Club. And we gotta go up it. Looks like a volunteer is doing some work right now. Hey there.
Brand new steps.
Yeah. I stopped and talked to that volunteer. He's clearing out a little small culvert that stream is caused to fill up with debris. He's cleaning it out, but he maintains, I forget what he said, up by Mount Cameron where I was this morning, all the way to on up ahead. So that's his trail that he maintains. He said these stones that they built the stair with, they flew them in on a helicopter. So maybe they cut them and flew them in. And then imagine the work it took to put them in place, get them level. It's just amazing. All right, looks like we got a bit of a climb. We're going up there and across that little stream and go right up there. The fellow back there, real friendly. He's funny. I told him about my 3-day stay in Asheville. He said, you know, you got to factor that into your average. There's 3 0 days. You got to factor that into your average daily mile. I said, thanks a lot. But that's fair. You know. It's a little cooler already. Here we go. One more thing that fellow said before I forget. That real pretty section of trail with the brook and the waterfall and all the flowering plants. He maintains that. So I thanked him. He said, how's it looking? Is it looking pretty clean? No blowdowns or anything like that? I said, no, it looks great. He goes, it doesn't look too manicured, does it? I said, no. It's still got that wild edge to it. I thought it was funny. Whew. Yeah, you can see I-40 down there. I'll be glad when I get away from that noise. yet another milestone of sorts. I've finished the first segment of the Far Out nap for the AT, and now I'm heading. Oh, it scared the hell out of me. And now I have opened up the Northern Tennessee and Virginia. Northern Tennessee and Southern Virginia map. That's a milestone. And I think I have 7 miles to go still. And it is almost 3:30 or 4, so this is going to be a late day. All right, here we go. Daylilies probably. And spring is coming. Just called, made a reservation for Monday night in Hot Springs at a hostel called the Appalachian Trailer. That's trail-er. And I hope to be there Monday night. It's 33 miles from here. About 7 miles from Groundhog Creek Shelter. So that'll give me 26 miles to cover in 2 days. Easy peasy. But not this section. I've got about 2,800 feet to climb in a little under 5 miles. An average grade of about 10.5%. This is going to be, with this heat, and it's a southwest facing slope, it's not going to be easy. Wish me luck here. Just keeps getting better. 4 o'clock. A little breeze, but the sun like beating down here. Sorry. Let's they built some stairs for us here. Take a little breather. That ridge over there is where we were. Here comes my friend Sarah. Woo! Your favorite dish rag is earning his name. It is way too hot for this early. Happens every year. Sorry. Every year is like this. Out on a trail run in March. Get a day like today. Ugh. Nothing you can do but just keep plugging along and drinking as much as you can. I mean, I'm worried about tonight though. The crampies visit me. All right, my gosh. This might have been the hardest climb yet. Nice sign. Between the elevation gain and the heat early on. A real humdinger. A real thumper, as I like to say. It's cooled off probably about 10 degrees, but the damage is done. I just got down a builder bar, about 250 calories, probably too late. We're on top of Snowbird Peak. I'm thankful for that. Now we got maybe a little less than 3 miles downhill to to the shelter. I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's about 5:30, 5:40. What I love to always see, here's a radio tower up there, like an FAA tower. You can see if I can go up there and see what that's about. Maybe there's a good view. I have my head examined for climbing more than I need to. And here's the guys that take the easy way up in their gators. Yeah, we got one of these up in Shenandoah. Close encounters of a third kind. That's what I'm talking about. You don't reckon y'all could give me a ride to Maine, do you? I made it this far. I mean, come on. Yes, sir. Oh, boy.
How many days?
This is day 25.
25.
Yep, started the 25th. Well, I made it to Groundhog Creek Shelter. As you can see, it started raining. We got a little bit of a thunderstorm going on here. And there's several tents around. But the shelter is completely empty. Go figure. So I expect others will show up. Got 4 friends who are still out there. I hope they're all right. I think they may end up camping along the way. Should be the smart thing to do. All right, so I got about 30 more minutes of light and I'm done. So time to get dinner. Thanks for watching today. I really appreciate it. Bye.